Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, allow us to proceed with our paper number 9 for this seminar. So for this, we would like to invite our next speaker, all right, a very popular person, especially in Malaysia and also internationally. And also, if we say the father figure of landscape architecture, so I would say these are among those people. Whenever you see him, you will be very, very blessed, and you're gonna feel very, very comfortable. So stay the way you are. Landscape architect Mohd Fadrillah Taib, the principal of Morphosis Design. Welcome to our seminar day 2, and thank you so much for participating, of course.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you very much, Dr. Atia. It is a wonderful remark.
Thank you. And allow me to read out a little bit of your biodata, Cik Fadil. So selalunya, normally when we are during meeting, we'll say Abang Fadil. But today, this is Landscape Architect Mohd Fadrillah. So I'll be reading your biodata, right, to introduce you better to our audience today. So Landscape Architect Mohd Fadrillah bin Mohd Taib, the founder and principal of Morphosis Design Sdn Bhd. He holds a bachelor's degree in landscape architecture from University Technology Mara, and he was elected as the president of ILAM in 2012 to 2014. I believe this is a very short remarks about him. He has done tremendous to change the landscape architecture profession image and also visibility in Malaysia. So I would say he's one of the pillars that really changed how people see landscape architecture profession among all other professions existed in Malaysia and also around the world. So today, he'll be presenting his paper entitled Healing from Degradation, Ujana Perbandaran Sungai Petani. So he'll be sharing on how a converted brownfield has successfully benefited the locals of Sungai Petani from our prominent landscape architects. This completed project of Ujana Perbandaran Sungai Petani has also won several awards in the Malaysian Landscape Architecture Awards competition. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I don't want to owe your time anymore. Allow me to present to you Landscape Architect Mohd Fadrillah Taib. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. Assalamualaikum.
The slide is not that clear. It's a bit breaking over there. Cik Fadil?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The internet is not close. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's better now. It's
Hello,
better now.
Can you hear me?
Definitely. Yes.
Okay.
Over to you.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you.
Cik Fadil, you all right over there?
First of all, I would like to thank you. Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes.
It's breaking up.
It's better now. Yes, it's better now.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. It's better now. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you to the organizing committee Jabatan Landskap Negara, Kementerian Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan in allowing me to share a project which has been completed 2 years ago, which was once a degraded and a brownfield, and how it thus became a suburban park, contribute through landscape architect approach toward local SDG. Okay. The theme of this talk is about healing from degradation. Is actually trying to restore and protect the existing and converting it into a recreation park. Okay. And I'm very thankful to Jabatan Landskap Negara for giving us the opportunity to participate in designing this park. This public park was called Ujana Perbandaran Sungai Petani. The name Ujana or Taman was derived from the old Malay testimony. This vision is to transform from degradation and brownfield area to an eco-friendly park that will accommodate an increased population of Sungai Petani. Okay. And this presentation is focusing towards achieving solution and to adopt localizing SDG. The concept is to restore healthy environment with ecology approach by considering local ecology, environmental values, and promoting community engagement. Next. Slide, please. Next. Oh, okay. Let me go through what is degradation. Globally, about 25% of the total land area has been degraded. If this trend continues, 90% of the earth land area could become degraded by 2050. Globally, 3.2 billion people are affected by land degradation, especially rural communities, smaller farmers, and smallholders. If you look at the photos, these are some degraded land. Okay, next, please. These are the type of land degradation. Okay, the major cause of land degradation is land clearing, poor farming practice, overgrazing, inappropriate irrigation, urban sprawl, commercial development, and land pollution, including industrial waste, quarry of natural resources. When the land is degraded, soil carbon, nitrous oxide is released into atmosphere, making the land degradation one of the most important contributors to climate change. And scientists recently warned that 25 billion tons of fertile soil has been lost per year. This source is from the GEF Global Environment Facilities. Next. Okay, these are types of land degradation. It occurs from water erosion, wind erosion, soil fertile decline, water logging, and salinization. Okay, next. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Can I have the, okay, okay. You have a slide before this, I suppose. You have a slide before this. Okay. Before this. Can you go to the site context, please? Okay, okay. Just an introduction. The location of the site. Okay, the location of the site is actually, it is in Sungai Petani, north part of Malaysia, and is situated in the east area of Kuala Muda. It is about 10 kilometers from the city center of Sungai Petani, surrounded by the middle range residential area. Actually, it is sandwiched in between residential areas. Okay, the size of the park is about 29.1 acres. It has been handed to the local authority as a part of requirement in achieving development order or KM to develop the township. Okay, you look at the changes. If you look at the photograph, actually it's a bit small. In 2009, 2013, and before we even start the project in 2018, early 2019, there's scars at the site. Okay, next. Next, please. Okay, this is some analysis and study on accessibility and view. If you look at the site, the difference of level is tremendous actually. From the northern part of the park is a bit high, and it goes lower down to the south portion of the park. And the surrounding area is sandwiched between houses, and on the northwest of the park is actually the mosque. Okay, the main road is actually just beside on the west side of the park. If you look at the red lines, it is actually the actual entrance to the park due to the level from the road to the park. Okay, and you can also look at the colors of the plants, which differentiate different gradients of the park. Yep. Next, please. These are some analysis on topography, the overall photography. If you look at the 01, actually in the drawing, it is actually on the highest peak of the park. Okay, the peak of the park is about 48 meters, and the lowest 03 actually going towards the lowest is about 16 meters. So the difference is about 32 meters. If you can just imagine a 10-story building, that is the difference between the highest peak and the lowest settlement. Okay. 01, this area has been degraded by nature and human activities. Barren rocks and land excavation has been done and badly eroded. Tree felling activities and excessive land removable. Okay. And number 2 is in the center of the park area. The existing landform has been degraded, causing a breakdown of soil structure, aggregation, and porosity. This occurs during heavy rainfall over years, excessive build-up of heavy metal, example iron ore. And this lowest area, 03 is the lowest area. The lowest area has been in the center, has been a center for workers' quarters before, and a construction vehicle center, and also machinery storage. And currently it becomes a dumping construction site. Okay, next, please. Okay, if you look at these site issues, we have soil erosion on the northern part of the park, whereby the area has been degraded by human activities. So exposed rock can be seen and is badly eroded. Laterite soil contain acid, and a heavy rainfall occurs, and it causes severe excessive soil erosion. That's on the right. Okay, and there's also an existing secondary forest by the side, and 2 areas actually on the lower part of the erosion area. Okay, you can see the existing secondary forest, and of course by the other side of the erosion area is also there's a patch of existing trees. Okay, the lower part of the park is actually a brownfield area, whereby before it is a center of workers' quarters, construction vehicle area, and also currently is a dumping area. Okay. Okay, the water quality is where you see actually water break up the laterite soil and makes the water run into red in color, and it is a bit acidic. Okay. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this is actually a photo of the existing site before. Human intervention which caused land degradation, over exploiting of vegetative cover and the land for domestic use. You can see gullies. You can even see actually from the photo. You can even see the moss on your left. And for your information, there's a minaret. The moss minaret is almost the same height actually. The top of the peak of the park. Okay, existing park. Okay, you see gullies and wet patches. Okay, next. Okay, the subsoil of the laterite stones are often providing high acid content, less than 4.5 pH. Surface structure, commonly defined as bleached, and is due to exposed to high temperature and heavy rainfall. Okay, next. Okay, this is still at the peak. Wind erosion also occurs at this degraded area, which is located at the highest peak. Dust pollution do occurs, especially in dry season. Next. Next, please. This brownfield area are once occupied by worker settlement. Construction, vehicle, and storage partial of this area has been illegally dumping construction site. Okay, and now these are the size of gullies at site. For your info, it's about 3 meters in depth and 2 to 3 meters wide. Okay, next. Next, please. In total, about 40%. Can you please back, please? Okay, if you look at it, it's about 40% or 12 acres of the land is covered with illegal dumping ground. When I first visited the site, I didn't even realize it was a dumping ground. It was camouflaged by overgrown undergrowth. Realizing on my second visit and feeling very blessed actually that the waste depth is actually about 2 to 3 meters from the actual level. I thought it was a bit deeper than that earlier. Okay. Next. Next, please. Okay. Through after a long deliberation on design strategies, taking into consideration on inventory and analysis of the park, we formulate a few actions. Number one is to redesign the landform to meet its natural terrain. Number two, the surface water to be collected as an integrated water system using ecological method. Number three, to harvest rainwater and to protect aquifer by providing deep detention pond to meet flood mitigation program. Number four, to stabilize the soil pH and to improve the soil structure and its fertility. Number five, filtering its high iron content by ecological method. Number six, to accommodate multi-level of user and education program. Number seven is to provide tangible and intangible value of the park, user, and surrounding. Number eight, to provide opportunity to different levels. If you look at this, actually, these are some design strategy, whereby in detail, we use certain type of chemical and mixture to improve the soil structure and so on. If you look at, we are using soil control erosion, whereby some of the areas we are going to mix it with permazyme. These are a chemical which stabilize the soil. And we also use, since this particular area is very acidic, to improve the soil condition, we add a little bit of lime to it, okay, and stabilize the acidic soil. And we also use existing material, whereby we found out there's a lot of laterite stones around, and using laterite stone as a part of our design. Okay, next. Okay, these are some strategy on water reclamation. Okay, using ecological filtration, proper design on the landform, having phytoremediation process, and we created dry creeks in the center as natural as possible. So if you look at the cross section of the area, these are some phytoremediation process, whereby we planted some water plants and so forth to extract actually the strong iron chemical. Okay, next. Okay. Okay, due to water constraint, weather constraint, in Sungai Petani, you have drought season, you have also rainy season, very windy, and so forth. So a part of that, we are using actually a type of gel to boost up the plants. This gel is to absorb water more than its weight. It's non-polluting, non-toxic. So you can reduce watering of plants, and the soil water holding capacity will be improved. And also, if you look at the section underneath, it's just a rough section actually. How do we collect water and how we filter surface water before ending up to that particular dry creek in the center? Okay. We have subsoil, and it goes out, it filters up the whole thing. Okay, using plant material also, and we filter the whole thing. Next. Okay, okay, I think we have seen this chart, and all presenters have talked about it. Okay, just to run through Sustainable Development Goal, and it has been adopted by all nations. To end poverty, to protect the planet, and to ensure that all the people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. Okay, next, please. I think just a glance of SDG. Next. Okay, after looking at these SDGs and localizing it, we realized that we could only achieve 10 goals out of the 17 goals. Okay, number 2 is zero hunger. We provide actually some form of community farming area. Number 3, good health. I think goal number 3 is good health. I think it's more referring to illness and hazardous chemicals. How do we protect, how do we actually improve water and soil pollution? And number 4 is quality education. We are going to provide access to nature and creativity. Goal number 5, gender equality, providing access to all gender and safety. Goal number 6, clean water and sanitation, to protect and to harvest surface water and recycle. Goal number 8, decent work and economic growth. creating jobs, entrepreneurship, growth of micro enterprising and SMEs. Goal number 9, industry innovation and hunger and infrastructure, introducing new innovative ideas in the park. Goal number 11, sustainable cities and community, creating opportunity, safety, and resilient society. Goal number 13, climate action, improving oxygen by providing more vegetation and extraction of carbon. Goal number 15, life on land, bringing back flora and fauna. Next, please. Initially, this is some sketch that we initially have gone through. This is a design process, whereby we came up with a master plan. Just a glance of the master plan. Next. Next, please. Okay. If you look at the master plan, this is just a glance of the master plan. Number 1 is the entrance of the. Okay, you have the circulation pattern of the whole thing, and we have defined the area into different spaces. Number 1 is the main entrance. Number 2, on the right side, is actually the peak of the park. Okay, you have the viewing tower. Number 3 is the circulation earth mound. Number 4 is the steps beside it, leading towards the actually the existing forest. I think number 5 is the center of the park. It's dividing the park into 2. Actually, is a dry creek. Okay, and number 6 is the Albert Garden. Number 7 is the facilities building, whereby you have toilets, able and disabled. You have number 8 is the plaza. Number 9 is the parking on the both sides of the entrance. Number 11 is the farm room, okay, and the storage area. Number 11 is the detention pond, okay. Number 12 is the water outlet to the main drain. Number 13 is the community farming area, okay. Number 14 is the future community hall, okay. And number 15 is the open lawn area. Okay, it's a quite huge 2 acres open lawn. Number 16 is the ecological filtration pond. 17 is a creek fingers. The creek fingers, the wall that extended out from the ground to the dry creek, actually, to reduce the speed of water. And number 18 is the senior gym. Number 19 is the playground. 20 is the jungle trail. Okay. 21 is the these are 2 areas where we managed to preserve, okay, and existing trees. Okay. 22 is the food truck lay-by. And number 23 is the future school site. Okay, next. Okay. This is the second goal in the localizing sustainable development goal. Okay, this is community farming. This community farming offers many benefits to the community who want to practice sustainable agriculture and communities who want fresh, healthy, locally produced food. Currently, according to an article published by Malay Mail August 3rd, last year, 2020, under the Economic Recovery Plan, a total of 10 million was allocated for urban farming program, which was expected to benefit 800 communities and 12,000 participants. 1.5 acres of farming plots are provided in this project. Okay, we have planted 40% of the plot earlier, which could encourage the community to participate later on. Preparation of fertile soil, drainage, storage for fertilizers and equipment are also important in this project. Okay, and there is 30 types of fruit, 30 fruit trees actually. Example, mango, rambutan, and pulasan. And we have also herbs and spice, about 2,000 of it actually. Example, serai, kunyit, and limau were planted at this park. Next, please. Okay, these are the existing community farming area. Okay, there's a lot of social benefit actually. The community gathering for community, especially for community gathering space. It provides educational value venue to the space. You talk about economic benefit. It generates revenue, produce food miles, require to transport nutritious food. Environmental benefit. It reduces food waste through composting. Have a positive impact to the urban microclimate as well. For health benefit, we can access to fresh and affordable food, greater variety of foods, opportunity for physical exercise, and also it will improve psychological well-being. Okay, next. The third goal is health and well-being. Okay, promoting healthy culture to community. More time spent in park and green can help individuals to fight against mental issues like depression, anxiety, and stress, especially in this pandemic era. Making sure that all people have access to park and outdoor programming is a critical way to increase this positive effect on health and quality of life for our community. Okay, the fact is actually a scientist from Netherlands found out that people who live in residential area with the lowest green space has 44% higher rate of physician diagnosed anxiety disorder than the people which has greenest area. The physician diagnosed depression was 33% higher. So if you look at this, the benefit, social benefit of this area is actually at the community gathering space, and also we provide education venue. Okay, if you look at the symbols, actually, the symbols represents elderly person, youth, and also children. Okay, if you come and we provide jogging tracks and cycling track, approximately is about 1.2 kilometer throughout. Okay. Okay, and you have few spaces actually. If you look at the overall, we managed to maintain the existing trees, bushes, both of the area on the right side and on the top of the park. Okay, and the rest we have already it is a degraded area and to be transformed into a park, whereby spaces has been divided into special usage actually. Okay. We have also multi-purpose open space in the center, huge 2 acres open area. It can be used by multi-use. It can be multi-use actually. It's also used for emergency assembly area later on. Okay. And you talk about environmental benefit, positively impact on urban microclimate. Then you talk about health benefit. We can even create opportunity for physical exercise, and we could improve psychology well-being. Next. These are the photos been taken actually. We have walkways, we have roads coming through. Next. Okay. Quality education. Okay. Parks and protected land has proven to improve water quality, protected groundwater, prevent flooding, improve quality of air we breathe, absorb carbon, reduce microclimate and heat. It also provides vegetative buffers to development and also provide habitat for wildlife and to provide place for children and family to connect with nature. Okay, okay, these are some types of outdoor learnings that we think that it could improve the community. Okay, we have also we do provide environmental education, recreational and adventure activities, social development programs, team buildings, leadership training, management development programs as well. It can be done at these few spots. Okay, multi-purpose area, alphabet garden, children playground, flora and fauna areas, and also community garden. Okay, for university students, they had an opportunity to learn outdoor. They could learn farming, composting, type of vegetable, fruits, and others. They could also learn about ecosystem, hydrology, water plants, fishes, flora and fauna, and how to restore our ecosystem. For preschool students or children, we provide an outdoor play area. This is for learning and exploration. This would intertwine with outdoor activities that address preschool content standards like counting, alphabet recognition, and spatial awareness. Next, please. Okay, this is at the alphabet garden. Children learn best when they experience new concepts in familiar context. For example, children are more motivated to recognize numbers or alphabet when they relate to their daily life and experience. Okay. Science in Park, we could offer early education on ecology, example, stormwater impact on watershed, fauna, running water, photosynthesis, and flower. Physics, example, angle of road, steepness of road to explore, gravity, and running water. Okay, next. Next, please. Goal number 5, gender equality. Gender equality is when people from all genders have the right, responsibility, and opportunity. Everyone is attached by gender equality, men, women, children, and family. Societies that value women and men are equal, are safe, and late afternoon, early evening are the most common time for using this park. The climate, culture, and ethnic factor plays an important role in influencing this factor. Example, the Malays has low use pattern during the late afternoon, but clear preference in the early morning. Ujana provide equal access to all citizens regardless of age, gender, socio-economic status, ethnic, or ability. Park and recreation facilities can foster community pride, bringing people together. create landmarks and Instagram, and connecting people with nature. What attracts them to this park is the location, the centralized location, and easy to access. The park was designed through universal design guideline, provide ramps, low curb, bollards, which provide good barrier for motorcycle and cars, tactile for guiding the disabled, and toilet for disabled as well. Next. These are some photos. Next. Okay, clean water and sanitation. Our main goal is to harvest and filter the rainwater in natural way. This is through designing the landform and ecological filtration with plant material. The planting of water plants to improve and filter excess iron in the water before heading to the detention pond. Building tube well to extract groundwater from underground aquifers. This is to sustain the maintenance of the park through gravity. Detention pond was created to improve flood mitigation, recharging underground aquifers, reduce heat to attract fauna and wildlife, aquatic plants and fishes, and irrigation of the park. Okay, if you look at the photos, the dry creek is located in the center, whereby the whole landform is designed to meet to the dry creek. Okay, and it goes to the filtration pond, whereby before or after that it goes to the detention pond. So these are some concepts that we manage to execute at site. Right. Next. These are some photos. If you look at the photos, actually, when it rains, you can see water gushing from above, and we have weirs in between to slow down the speed of water, and we have also the dry creek and also the detention pond, the whole detention pond. Next. Next, please. Okay. Decent work and economic growth. It can be divided into two. One is tangible, one is intangible. Okay. The tangible is that I did some research and called the developer recently, comparing the house values surrounding the park before it was built, the park was built, and the current market. From 2019 to 2011, significant increase within 15 to 20% of house values. According to the developer, they told me that this is due to current economic crisis and pandemic. But if before that, the value of the house would increase more than 20%. Supporting local business by providing food truck areas along the main circular road, fronting the open lawn area, which is meant for formal and informal gathering. This food truck area is equipped with outdoor points, water reticulation, proper drainage, and nearby refuse chamber. Okay. In US, local park and recreational agencies generate 166 billion in economic activities and support more than 1.1 billion jobs. In 2017, the source came from NRP, according to study from George Mason University. Tourism in Australia worth around 93 billion Australian dollars, which is broadly nature-based, and perhaps 8 to 10 billion Australian dollars derived from parks. The source came from Tourism Research Australia in year 2015. Park increase tourism and generate sales activities. Events are often to be introduced in the park. If you look at the plan, actually, there's quoted in yellow, event. These are event areas where we could actually create events, special events. Okay, community garden. We have future. We have this community hall. We have an open multi-purpose space, and then we have also the preserved area, and we have also the viewing tower. We could create events. Okay, next, please. Oh, before that, we have also on intangible. Park always lower public health costs. Numerous studies have shown positive impact from parks and recreational facilities that can have on a person physical and mental health to lower cost of healthcare. Park could lower or reduce usage of recycled water, water harvesting for maintenance, control erosion, reduce storm water management costs. This would save the local authorities in additional cost to sustain the new infrastructure to maintain. Next. Goal number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Okay. Innovation in rainwater harvesting by natural filtration and proper design on landforms and channeling it into a natural dry creek, which has been designed by mixing the existing soil and stabilizing product, which helps to control erosion. Toe wall, weirs are also introduced in this channel, and water slope stabilizers are also introduced. And this would reduce the speed of water during heavy downpour. A filtration pond was built to filter the impurities by lowering contamination of water. This pond is filtered with water plants with different characters and varieties. The pond was built to retain the water and to recycle the water from maintenance of the park. Okay. Rainwater harvesting is mainly depend on rainfall, which are uncertain in this nature. Okay, likely in Sungai Petani, it has been a few months of drought season. To sustain the park, we have also introduced tube well to maintain the entire system. This might lower the maintenance operational costs for the local authority. We also introduced material, small size laterite stone from site, to be a part of our design, having it on wall claddings and feature wall. Okay, next, please. These are some examples on laterite stones on walls. You can see the dry creek. Okay. Next. Goal 11, climate action. Sorry. The goal number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Okay. Sustainable cities are often called green cities. The main link is obtaining green cities are in park, green linkages, green patterns in urban context. Park and open protected public land are proven to improve water quality, protect groundwater, flood mitigation, improve quality of air that we breathe, provide vegetation buffer to the development, produce habitat of wildlife, and provide a place for children and family to connect with nature and create outdoor facilities. Okay. And studies have shown that just looking at plants and trees, even through windows, can lower blood pressure and level of stress hormones. Okay, if you look at the plant, we do provide flora and fauna all over the park, and we do have also we also provide safety to the park by providing fence all around the park. Okay, and we do have provide facilities, especially the toilets and so forth for the park users. Okay, next. Next, please. Next, please. Okay, climate action. In combating these climate issues, we managed to preserve 98% of the existing vegetation on site and introduce 80% of the park with greeneries. Okay, if you look at we managed to plant about 1,145 numbers of trees, 2,720 numbers of shrubs, and about 90,000 meters square of turfing. For your info, we managed to maintain nearly 200 numbers of existing trees on site. Okay, based on the quantity of trees and turf area, in another 20 years' time, we estimated it could provide oxygen for 1,800 persons per year, excluding undergrowth and water plants. And of course, research to be done further on this. Okay, next. Some photos on the existing plants. These are some existing plants. It's about 10 years, maybe less, and also introduced plants as well. Okay, goal 15, life on land. The question is, how does land degradation affect animals? The impact is reaching to loss of soil fertility, destruction of species, habitat, and biodiversity, and excessive nutrient runoff into river and drains. Habitat destruction through human activities are mainly for the purpose of urbanization and other development reasons. When large area is converted into smaller patches, and these patches are isolated from each other, it terms as habitat fragmentation. The fragmentation and destruction of nature habitat leads to reduction of its population size. We could bring back all the animals back by providing the whole thing to be a greenery park. And of course, providing special features and plants. Okay, to combat the habitat loss, number one, to conserve the existing remaining trees and partial of the bushes in the park. Introducing new trees which produce fruits, berries, and attractive flowers. Providing them food, especially for the birds, butterfly, bees, and other insects. Palms are also planted to support birds to create new nests and shelter. 2 acres of water body, the detention pond, is to provide water. Creating green corridors to connect with the existing conserved trees. introducing detention pond and water habitat to the site as flood mitigation, water recycling program for parks is good for the wildlife to breathe. Okay. Next. Okay. This is a view from the peak of the park overlooking the mountain range of Sungai Petani. Next. Okay, if you look at this, this is the night scene from the highest peak. Next. Okay, this is an access linkway connecting by bridge and Mandarin Dry Creek for stormwater. Next. Dry Creek fingers a wall to protect soil erosion, diverting surface water, and it is also used for benches. It's cladded by existing laterite stone. Next. Providing user-friendly and access for disabled. And you can see rolling mounds were designed to reduce and rechannel the surface water. Next. This is the same. Next. Existing laterite boulders being carefully selected and becomes an element to the park. Next. Next, please. Okay. Providing weirs to reduce water speed, which protect the creek natural edges and other erosion. This is panoramic night scene overlooking overall development of Sungai Putrajaya from our lookout tower. Okay. The conclusion is, today, some cities and towns, especially in Kuala Lumpur and Penang, and few other states, are beginning to see that parks can contribute significantly to the quality of urban life by integrating park into culture, lives of neighborhoods, upgrading values, environment, bringing back history, and by giving responsible for maintenance. Park will become a catalyst for transforming urban areas. I would say through our experience by providing sensitive design leading towards ecology landscape and integrating local culture within urban context would help in achieving the 10 localized sustainable goal. And I'm humble and grateful to have a good support from all dedicated officers from Jabatan Landskap Negara, HLN, Majlis Perbandaran Sungai Petani, consultants, contractors, and staff in assisting me by healing the degradation of existing site and turning it into a public park. Last and not least, we take this opportunity to thank our frontliners for protecting all of us from COVID-19 pandemic for the past 1 year, and hopefully pandemic will subside with vaccination and dua. Next, please.
Thank you so much.
Environment protection is an important aspect of Islam. Being a steward of earth, it is responsible of a Muslim to care for the environment and also on sustainable development. Thank you again in making the difference.
Thank you so much, Landscape Architect Mohd Fadrillah, Mohd Taib. You have brought us a very detailed to your projects and how to relate that with SDG, each one of the components. And I believe that Landscape Architect Fadil, you are very popular because online there are lots of questions and lots of discussions about these projects. Local LA firm contribute to SDG initiatives like what you have done. So how to inculcate that within the practice of landscape architects? Over to you.
Okay, thanks, Doctor. I think opportunity. I think if you were given the opportunity, I think that consultants were given the opportunity to they will explore more, not just the 10 goals, I suppose, if they were given the opportunity. The government should open up a little bit to the consultants, giving opportunity to the consultant to look into different angles in striving to achieve the SDG.
All right. So there are actually many more questions, and we hope Cik Fadrillah and Secretary Fadrillah can answer them online. So it seems to be very, very excited. The participants are very, very excited to get to know more about your projects and the challenges, of course. So as for now, we thank you so much for your paper presentation, sharing your experiences, valuable experiences with all of us, and showing us the way to lead, the way to go about, and the way to green all the areas that we have, especially when land area is going to be decreases, and we need to fully utilize all the area that could be possible to turn into a positive functions. So thank you so much, Landscape Architect Fadrillah, for your sharing. And we hope to hear from you a lot more, especially with your other projects that is always putting another yardstick for landscape architects to move towards too. Yeah. So thank you so much and stay safe. We see you again in our following sessions and other seminars. Thank you.